The existence of a higher power has been a widely debated topic since the beginning of modern times. The natural human wonder of whether there is someone beyond us has underscored faith since the inception of religion. This video essay delves into the intricate ideas on why the belief in a higher power is much more reasonable than not, from the oddly specific nature of the creation of the universe to the meticulous pattern that all life seems to follow. The video will then turn and spotlight Hinduism and investigate both secular and non-secular defenses of the religion. Afterwards, I will navigate through common misconceptions and critiques surrounding Hinduism in an attempt to incite other religious apologetics. Before carrying on, I would like to introduce myself as the researcher behind all this. I have been a practicing Hindu since birth and have been raised as such from my Sri Lankan Tamil parents. Religion has always been a pivotal part of my life, which is why I have taken it upon myself to argue for religion rather than against it. A very common argument we see against the existence of a higher power is that science disproves it. However, this is just not the case. The specific and fine-tuned nature of the universe and its creation simply challenges the idea that our existence was up to mere chance. In 1966, the astronomer Carl Sagan announced his research, saying that there are two necessary parameters for a planet to support life. Seems simple enough, right? A planet must have the right kind of star in its solar system and the right distance from such a star. With such great odds, surely there was life outside of Earth. Scientists were optimistic that their project, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, also known as SETI, will turn up signs of extraterrestrial life. However, 60-odd years later, we are still yet to hear any sort of feedback. Why is that? As our knowledge of the universe grew as time progressed, the necessary parameters for life on planets grew as well, going from 2 to 10 to all the way to 200 and counting, which meant the planet's ability to sustain life consistently dropped in numbers. According to Drake's equation, which is an equation created by Frank Drake to determine the possible civilizations across the galaxy, the estimation for the odds of our existence is a 10th to the 2,684,000th power, or 10 followed by 2,685,000 zeros. The extremely slim odds of life emerging on Earth debunks the notion that the existence of humans was merely up to pure chance. It is far more unreasonable to believe that all the pieces of the puzzle perfectly and meticulously fell into place without any outside driving force. Likewise, the cosmological argument brings up the nature of the universe into account once again. The cosmological argument reinforces the absurdity of our existence being mere chance by emphasizing the need for a primary cause. This argument can be boiled down to the idea that everything in the universe has a cause. Things do not just appear or pop into existence. We see this in our lives through growing plants, birth, or baking a cake. All these actions in which something is created requires a necessary force behind it all. Furthermore, to believe that the Big Bang just happened with no force behind it is simply illogical. Everything we have seen as a species since the dawn of time disproves this thought. In order for the Big Bang to occur, like everything else in the universe, even outlined in Newton's third law, for every action in nature there is equal and opposite reaction, must require a prior action from a higher power. My individualistic defense of the existence of a higher power stems from my mother's lived experiences. Similar to most religions, Hinduism has a higher power at the core of its teachings. My own mother would feel as if she felt the strength of this higher power in her life. She would grow up in the city of Jaffna and move here to Toronto upon marrying my dad and building a family. However, before entering Canada and living with my father, my mom needed to spend a month in the country's capital in the middle of an ongoing civil war. With her first time being away from family and being unable to reconnect with her husband, it is pretty safe to say that she was extremely fearful. My mom recounts this as the period where her spirituality formed into what it is today. Being that alone, waiting for your ticket out can feel like a lifetime, especially in the ongoing danger that was occurring. This is the period where she would connect with God, believing that God's will is what was best for her and leaving it all up to Him. Thankfully, my mom will be able to fly out safely, connect with her husband soon after, and have my sister. Inherently, this does not seem like much to prove the existence of a higher power, but during a time where many lives were being lost, God would choose to protect a woman who was just starting out on hers. This decision would result in the lives of mine and my siblings. Through the analysis of the specific nature of the creation of the universe and the cosmological argument, we can see how science reinforces the idea of a higher power, which is reinforced by personal experiences. Continuing the exploration of religion, it is imperative that I delve into the defenses of my own specific belief system. The argument for Hinduism emerges as from its historical significance and lasting practices. Hinduism has stood the test of time and remains one of the oldest still practiced religions worldwide. These claims are supported by ancient Sanskrit scriptures depicting Hindu deities dating back almost 3,000 years. One of the most vital scriptures in the Hindu religion, the Mahabharata, is the perfect example of this claim. The Mahabharata was written over 2,000 years ago regarding the evolution of Hinduism between 400 BC and 200 CE. Religions such as Buddhism and Jainism and certain Western ideologies have also arisen and adapted certain beliefs like karma, reincarnation, yoga, meditation, and the pursuit of self-realization developed from Hinduism into their own practices. Hinduism's resilience has been driven by the miracles of revered saints such as Sai Baba and his successor Satya Sai Baba. The works of Sai Baba have reinforced the faith of many people around the world. He has been seen as being able to heal the sick. Many devotees have expressed their stories with the revered saint and their journey to recovery thanks to him. Sai Baba has also appeared in multiple places simultaneously and materialized objects out of the air. The great miracles of Sai Baba have helped several followers of Hinduism find their way back to the faith, especially in the era of the cults that believed that religion is harmful and incorrect. The legacy of Sai Baba would be continued through the works of Satya Sai Baba, a believed reincarnation of the first. He too would perform miracles until his passing in 2011, helping solidify the faith. Moreover, the concept of karma helps reinforce the rationale behind following Hinduism. Karma, a core value of Hindu beliefs, centers itself on the principle that all actions have either positive or negative reactions. This ideology is crucial in the belief of reincarnation, as the state of your future life is based on the actions of your current. Essentially, what goes around comes around. Although it is impossible to completely prove the existence of karma, the effects of believing such an idea has proven to show positive mental health effects on its believers. Research has indicated that followers of karma have proven to show signs of increased happiness and mental fortitude. These studies align with the teachings that karma yoga, or the act of living out your moral duty, helps you achieve moksha, enlightenment, and happiness. The historical depth of Hinduism, standing the test of time through the miracles of Sai Baba, accompanied with the merit behind the ideology of karma, provides a compelling case for the rationale behind Hinduism. To further prove the rationale behind Hinduism, it is crucial to debunk several misconceptions surrounding the faith. A very prominent misguided opinion used to diminish the Hindu faith is that there is no merit following a religion with millions and millions of gods. However, this is completely incorrect. Hinduism at its core is a monotheistic religion. It is the belief that one god takes on the qualities of other deities in order to help humans understand. We are unable to perceive Brahman, the supreme god, so he must show himself in forms that we can see and acknowledge. To state that Hinduism is a false religion due to its belief in several gods is an incorrect and uneducated statement to make. Furthermore, a common misconception surrounding Hinduism is that Hinduism has no set rules or morals due to there being no all-encompassing book similar to the Bible or Quran. This is once again an inaccurate statement. Although it is true that Hindus do not have an all-encompassing book, scripture is still used to derive the rules we align ourselves with in our daily lives. The Rig Veda, the Sama Veda, the Yajur Veda, the Tharva Veda, the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the 18 Puranas, the Ramayana, and the Mahabharata are all extremely crucial pieces of scripture. All these scriptures have been outlining the paths to moksha for more than 2,000 years. Finally, arguably the most common misguided opinion constantly used to diminish the Hindu faith is that Hindus are cow worshippers. The idea that Hindus worship cows is a very common misconception that stems from the respect Hindus give to cows. Hindus respect cows as the cow is the manifestation of all that is sacred and divine. Often associated with deities such as Krishna and Shiva, seen through stories passed down generations, the cow was a reflection of what we should try to be, which is docile and generous. When scrutinizing any religion, it is crucial to be educated. However, we can see this is not as common as we would like it to be. Defending the rationale behind Hinduism can only be done by accompanied by the debunking of misconceptions. Hinduism, at its core, is a monotheistic religion guided by millennia-old scriptures such as the Rig Veda and the Bhagavad Gita, and uses cows for guidance rather than worship. In conclusion, the debate surrounding the existence of a higher power has been very important in furthering religion and our decision to follow it. This video essay has explored the ideas which reinforce the notion why the belief in a higher power is rational and reasonable, through analyzing the nature of the universe and the cosmological argument. My own personal perspective and lived experiences were used as well to reinforce the idea of a higher power within individual anecdotes. It then shifted its focus into Hinduism in order to prove the rationale behind following such religion through the investigation of miracles associated with revered saints such as Sai Baba and Satya Sai Baba. The effects of karma were also used to provide a compelling case for the long-standing religion. In the defense of the religion, misconceptions such as Hindus being multi-god followers, rulers, and cow worshippers were also debunked in order to strengthen the argument for the religion. In essence, with the use of secular and non-secular arguments, this video provided a compelling case for Hinduism and the idea of a higher power to invoke the religious apologetic in you. Thank you for your time.